Hi, today we're going to learn 7 insights from Spirit through the tarot about how to best make use of the new moon energy. We are entering the new moon of Pisces on March 10th, 2024. So that will be the focus of today's reading. And what this means is that we're going to focus on how to best tap or infuse new energy into your life with the new moon. And also look at ways we can transform a particular dream we have into reality, what we need to do. Think of this dream or tap into our imagination to come up with this dream and then move into action. And also this is a propitious time to strengthen and activate our intuition. And to that point, just like to point out this wonderful book, Trust Your Vibes by Sonia Choquette, 6 Secret Tools for Sixth Sensory Living. And I had the great fortune to meet Sonia back in 2014. She signed this. I attended a workshop outside of Chicago back in the fall, November 2014, and she did a complete weekend workshop on intuition, and she was a delight. And I recommend that book for if you want to really delve into how to strengthen and activate your intuition. There are a lot of exercises and techniques that she shares from her decades and decades of experience ever since she was a child. Right, I'm going to turn the camera down. I'm again choosing 7 cards. You may or may not be able to try to lay them out so you can see that, but how to best transform a dream into reality and how to infuse fresh energy into your life with this new moon in Pisces. Probably won't be able to see all these cards, but I'm laying out 7 cards. And I will lift up the camera there to explain here. Was that a little tricky? Moving the camera up and down. All right, card number 1. Where are you now? This is the 2 of coins or 2 of pentacles reversed. Now, the coins and pentacles relate to the material realm, whether that's finances, time, energy. It could also relate to the physical body, anything in the material realm. And 2s, of course, can relate to kind of balancing things. And the 2 of coins here, when it's upright, we see this man, appears to be a young man, in a very odd red hat and red stockings, red shirt. To me, that always represents passion. And he's sitting there, or not sitting there, he's standing there rather. He's almost like he's dancing, moving back and forth to balance these 2 coins with that infinity sign. And so it seems like this image is suggesting this challenge of endlessly trying to balance perhaps 2 priorities in the physical realm. We also get the sense of a lot of turmoil and turbulence because we've got these waves and the ships in the background riding up and down with the waves. But given that this is reversed and we're looking at the position of where are you right now as this new moon begins on March 10th, suggesting to me that perhaps you are emerging out of a situation or out of a time period in which you really felt like you were just juggling a lot. So to me, that would seem like a positive outlook, positive development, and that this time is on its way out. So see if that makes any sense to you, because when it's upright, it's this challenge balancing situation. When it's reversed, it could suggest that this time of really trying to juggle so much is on its way out. So that's good news. Card number 2. What type of dream can you explore? Or goal, dream, vision. And we've got the Fool reversed. Now, of course, the Fool, when upright, well, the Fool is one of the major arcana cards in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and this means it's an archetypal energy. It means it has especially strong influence in this overall reading. It's especially important energy. Now, if we're looking at what type of dream can you explore, this is interesting. I mean, the Fool, when it's upright, represents an individual who's taking a leap of faith, really putting himself out there, but trusting in the universe. As you can see, he's on that edge of the cliff, on the edge of a precipice, and that white dog is barking, it seems to me, alerting him, watch out, don't go too far, don't go running off the cliff. Now, given that it's reversed, I think what's coming to my mind, what type of dream can you explore, is that it's something that you need to really turn within and tune within to consider different options you might have that will allow you to go out into completely new territory. So I think what this is suggesting is that consider a dream, consider something that you have never perhaps considered before, and that will take a real leap of faith. So as this week comes up, or the next couple weeks, as this new moon develops, well, and then it'll transform into other phases of the moon, deeply consider what new adventure could you take that would put you into a completely new realm, a completely new situation, something that is really different for you, that's you have not previously experienced. Now, the next card is the type of energy that you should release if you want to move forward with a dream or goal. And here we have the the 7 of coins, or 7 of pentacles. And this image always reminds me of the idea of pushing the pause button on something, taking a moment, or the power of the pause. As we see this, what would appear to be a farmer out in the fields, and he has stopped. He's resting his chin on his shovel, it appears, and he's thinking, he's contemplating, he's basically stopping his work to reflect on where he is. That's what it always seems to be. It's taking that power of the pause, taking a time out to think, it would seem to me, to think through, is he on the right path? Has he harvested enough of his fields, etc. But given that this is in the reverse position, it suggests to me that now you need to release that time of the pause, that time of stopping whatever action, and get back into motion. And that makes sense, especially if it's a new moon, new beginning, you want to start a new path. So what you need to release is that time of pause, get out into action. The next card represents what you need to embrace. One of my favorite cards, the 2 of Cups. Cups, of course, relate to feelings, emotions, sentiments, love, the whole idea of love. And this card is the epitome to me of representing that male, female unity, bonding together. So we see the male is putting his hand out to the female, reaching out to her. So what do you need to embrace? Perhaps there's some type of collaboration, union. It doesn't have to mean romantic love it does not have to. It can be. But what you need to embrace is perhaps a unity or collaboration, cooperation with someone to bring your dream into fruition and put a lot of your heart into it. But the 2 energy is that, yes, sense of collaboration, sense of cooperation. Think about how and with whom you could work, collaborate to achieve your dream. So that's what you should embrace. And then the next card represents how to tap into your intuition. And I just mentioned that book, Trust Your Vibes. Well, now we've got the Star card reversed. Now the star card, when it's upright, is one of my favorite cards. Why? Because we see this young maiden. She has one knee on the ground, and she's got her other foot in this pond. She is watering both the soil next to her and the pond. It's just this whole idea of replenishment. And of course she's it's the middle of the night, but we've got, I think it's 8 stars here. Lead star there, that bright star on top of her, kind of like overshadowing, shining forth on her. And it just suggests the idea of refreshment. Also, this card is associated with hope and inspiration. Now, how do you tap, given that it's reversed, how to tap into your intuition? I believe what it's saying is to deeply instill the sense of inspiration and of hope within your very psyche, within your being. Take time. Often these reversals, comes up a lot, suggest to me a time to turn within. It's always about moving within, often. Not always, but often. And just tune into what might inspire you. Tune in to take time to really get still for a moment, even though, of course, we're moving into action as the 7 of Pentacles or coins suggests. But as far as related to how to tap into your intuition, it's also advisable to take some time to learn how to strengthen and activate your intuition. And part of that is by tuning within and thinking about how inspired you already may be about your life, and also areas in which you have great hope and have aspirations, and also ways in which you can shine a light for other people. It's that shining star, but it comes from within first. To be a shining star for others, tune into that shining star energy within yourself first. Now, the next card is how to create a high vibration, and this is interesting. The King of Swords. Swords relate to thoughts, ideas, communication, speaking. And the king, of course, is the ultimate authority in the area of the swords, in that suit of swords. He is the master of communication. But it shows here, too, he is a bit flexible because his sword is at a slight diagonal. It's at an angle. And that suggests he has some flexibility. So if we're thinking about ways to raise your vibration, I believe what this is suggesting is that you need to tune in to your own authority and tune into your own authority, recognize areas in which you shine, as the shining star was advising, and that will help to raise your vibration by looking at your experience, by looking at what you have achieved so far. That's one way that you can generate and create a high vibration, is by acknowledging your authority in any number of areas of your life. And finally, the last card is advice, a key piece of advice from the universe. And we've got the 3 of coins here. 3 of coins or pentacles. Now the 3 went upright and 3 of coins and upright. Well, 3 for me is always the number of creativity. 3's that creative energy. And when this is upright, we have this image in a chapel, it seems to me, where we have the architect, and then we've got the monk, and then it's the court jester, and somehow they're all conferring with each other on this project that the architect is working on. Now, given that it's reversed, it suggests to me that, again, you may need to turn within to think about with whom you could also collaborate to achieve your dreams. It's difficult to do something totally on your own. It really is. And usually, I forget who said it, no one is totally self-made. Often we can move forward most effectively when we collaborate with others. So the 3 of coins and pentacles reverse is suggesting to me, this key piece of advice from the universe, is to really think about with whom you can collaborate, with whom you can work. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And also be aware that I do private readings. You can find out about those at my website, heartdriventarot.com. And until next time, remember, illumine your mind, inspire your life with tarot.